So today I want to make a video on how it could be more safe to approach a curve in the oncoming lane, and with this, welcome to the original. So what have I bad boy done? I've made a video on how to ride your motorcycle in alpine terrains in the mountains where you have this really 180-degree tight curves and how you should approach them, especially when the curve is up the hill and it's a right corner. And what I'm doing is I normally drive on the oncoming lane for a specific reason, because I think it can be more safe. But I didn't calculate with the German male versions of a Karen who were complaining in the comment section that no, the oncoming lane is lava, you should never ride there. And I was really surprised, because I rode about like 150 bikes. I got plus 100,000 kilometers on the bicycle. I drive, well, times on the racetrack, they are decent. So you might think I could have some kind of experience. And the most preferred comments were like, well, the oncoming lane is lava. So I asked myself how you will ever overtake a car. The second one was like, you could never be sure that there's nothing coming. So, well, I said, you must be 100% sure that there's no other traffic on this lane, but I don't know if they know what 100% is. And the other one was like, a good rider never needs to go onto the oncoming lane. And I kind of like this the most because it has some truth to it. And I made also these videos on how you can turn within the hill, and it was a quite steep hill. Maybe you try that before you write a comment, but well, the Karens, you know. So today I want to talk about why this could be more safe. The first thing is you have more speed, and we are not in the MotoGP right here where like every second counts, but more speed can mean the bicycle is more stable. A motorcycle is unstable between 0 and about 30 kilometers per hour. Above that it gets kind of stable, and the motorcycle won't flick that easy, and it won't fall into the corner that easy, which makes it much more safer from you. Because when you look at the video footage from the Alps in Switzerland, all the people you see, they're falling over with very low speed. So as soon as you got a little bit more speed, it's much safer for you, because it's much easier to ride a motorcycle. You can try this at home and in a parking lot and try to make tight corners with 5 or 10 kilometers per hour, and do the same with a little bit more space and maybe 30 to 40 kilometers per hour, and you will see it's much easier as soon as you get a higher speed. So first thing is, a higher speed could be more safe. But this is not the main point. The main point for me is information. And why do you need more information? Well, if you got more information earlier, you can adopt to this information. Which means if there's something lying on the floor, like maybe sand, gravel, or maybe it's just me chilling, you have more time to react to this new situation. And more time to react is much safer. So this is simple physics. If you look at this picture and you see this guy is driving very far on the right side in the right corner, you have very poor visibility of the upcoming traffic. And if you ride on the left side of the lane, in the oncoming lane, it's just simple physics. You can see clearly more. So these points, like you get more information and you are faster and more stable, will make your riding safer. But of course, there are situations where this does not occur, where you cannot use this kind of technique. First thing is, you're not 100% sure that there's no other traffic. The second one is, you do not gain any more information by riding on the outside. This could be possible in the Alps. There's a very famous street, it's called the Silfserjoch, where you have these brick walls and they're pretty high, and it doesn't matter where you drive, you won't get any more information. So this is the second one. Third one is, you just feel uncomfortable or not safe. This is also legit. And the fourth one is, I don't recommend this, but if you drive like way too fast, like maybe 80 miles per hour or 130, 140 kilometers per hour. If you do that, it takes a lot of time to adapt to a new situation. And within this time, at this speed, you cover a lot of distance. So it's not recommended to drive at this speed at all. But if you do, you should just use the oncoming lane if you're like really 100% sure that in the next 500, 600 meters, nothing is approaching. So of course you can't use this technique all the time, but what I tell the people all the time is just use your brain if it makes sense. If you don't feel comfortable at all, just leave it. If you think like maybe this guy is somehow right because he has driven a lot of bikes and mileage and he can drive fairly good, and he's also an engineer, so maybe there's some truth to my words. Just think about this, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. See you on the next one.